wife's still alive, who the hell killed her?
Talking to yourself is the first sign of insanity.
Guilty as charged. What can I do for you, counselor?
Well, I need to ask you a few questions about the disappearance of Detective Ross Duncan. Detective Duncan was last seen here on the Haunted Star the evening of April the 12th.
Well, I heard this from one of your boys in blue, and all I can do is tell you what I told him. I don't know the guy.
Okay. This is the problem that we have. Somebody apparently has been sending false emails to the department through Ross's PDA.
I can't help you, Lansing. Why don't you do your job and I'll do mine?
All right, I'm going to need to question your partner as well.
Well, you're in luck. Here's one of them now.
Well, if it isn't our illustrious district attorney, are you here for business or pleasure tonight?
Well, perhaps a little of both. I might be able to add another crime to your rap sheet.
Oh, hadn't you heard? I'm reformed.
Since when?
Faith, I'm looking for somebody that you might know. Detective Ross Duncan?
Doesn't ring any bells.
Sure.
He's cute, but, you men all blend together these days into one big hunk. Can't tell them apart, except for you, of course.
Of course.
Yeah, see, you were the last person seen with Detective Duncan right here at the casino that night.
So, maybe he was looking for the men's room.
Well, that's too bad, because apparently he may have run afoul with the local criminal element, which means he may have been murdered. And in that case, you would be suspect number one, and you would be a material witness.
Okay, now, just so your visit here isn't a complete waste, explain the difference between a material and an immaterial witness.
Okay, I'm going to need to see you both at the PCPD tomorrow morning. Skye as well. Already questioned all the staff that was on board that night. Bring a lawyer. I have a feeling you might need one.
Okay, Goldilocks, Bill, did you whack the detective?
Rick said the guy was missing. He didn't say for sure Ross was dead.
Ross, yeah, that's his name. So if you don't remember him, how do you know his name? Do you know where to find him?
Why should I keep track of some detective?
Cops have their uses, especially if they're on the take.
When did you get all paranoid?
The minute the doctor slapped me when I took my first breath. Lansing says somebody's using the pocket computer of the missing detective to send phony emails.
Yeah, okay. So if this cop is on the take, why is it a big stretch to think that he cashed out and went into hiding?
Darling, if the cop was on the take, it's not going to take Lansing very long to figure it out. You took a terrible risk eliminating a cop. What did he do? Ask for more money?
Look, if he's dead, I didn't kill him. But you seem pretty certain that he is, so maybe you took him out yourself.
If I did, why would I be asking you?
I don't know, but this is the last thing I need right now. I am facing money laundering charges, so somebody else is just going to have to look for PCPD's missing detective. Rick suspects Ross is dead, but he obviously doesn't have a body yet.
Well, it's tough but not impossible to prove murder without a body.
And Rick Lansing is highly motivated. He won't let a little thing like lack of a corpse stop him from sending me out the river.
Without a canoe?
If this guy Ross is dead, I need to figure out who killed him before Rick uses this opportunity to railroad me for it.
Somehow I don't see you as Faith Roscoe, girl detective.
Oh, see, I'm not. Fortunately, I have this fabulous business partner with all the slick crime-solving savvy I need to get me out of this mess. Now, I just need you to help me figure out who did what so I don't fry for this.
And what's in it for me?
Oh, money, baby. Tons and tons of money.
Faith, get lost.
Oh, don't worry, honey. I'm sheathing my claws tonight. Bye, little.
Did she confess?
Bad news, Blaze. Faith didn't kill Detective Donut.
What? Are you sure?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh my God, that means it's back to me as being the killer. Hiya. Think you need a brighter shade of blush. You look as pale as a corpse.
Personally, I like a woman with a pale glow.
Yes, well, the haunted type suits you. Why are you here, Tracy? I'm concerned about your health. You seem jumpy. your mental health and your physical health.
Why do you care?
I have an investment in Skye. She's helping me protect my position at ELQ.
Tracy, if you're here to spend money, feel free to spend it. Otherwise, you know where the door is.
Are you asking me to leave?
I think I just did.
I think you should reconsider. In the light of recent events, I think you should defer to my every whim. On second thought, get some rest. You're gonna need it to jump through my hoops.
Is it just me, or is she more smug than usual?
Oh, she knows something, I'm sure of it. Oh, this is bad.
There are times when that woman sends shivers down my spine.
Your spy. I'm the one she's gonna accuse of murder.
Well, not necessarily. Let's don't jump to conclusions. There may be some evidence we haven't uncovered yet. Let's go back to the night Detective Donut died.
Look, I already told you everything that I can remember.
Well, it couldn't hurt us to... I've got those receipts in the car. I think we can bring them in later. And no, it can't hurt us to go over it again. So you picked him up at Kelly's.
That's right.
Did anyone see you leave with him? I don't care how drunk you were. Unscramble those brain cells and think.
Look, I told you, I walked past Kelly's, I dropped my bag. Ross came up, he helped me. We started flirting, and I asked him back to my place. I don't think anyone saw us.
But you're not sure.
Well, my senses weren't exactly their sharpest at that moment.
Well, that's too bad, because cops have a habit of taking it personally when one of their own shows up dead.
No kidding. Why do you think I've been fighting off the urge to panic the last few days, huh? To keep myself from running around like a chicken with their head cut off.
All right, all we can do then is you keep trying to remember if anybody saw you leave with him, and we both keep our eye out for anybody nosing around.
You mean besides the PCPD?
Hey.
Hey, cowboy.
Hey. I'm following up on the disappearance of Detective Ross Duncan, and I may need to ask a few questions.
I can't say that name's familiar.
Well, he was one of the cops who arrested Faith for money laundering.
Really? Well, then I guess I should know that name, but I'm afraid he hasn't made much of an impression.
Miss Quartermain has the good sense to avoid cops whenever possible.
Officer Spencer? I heard about that missing policeman. Ross? Somebody?
Duncan. We were just talking about him. He was last seen here before he disappeared.
Really? Did you see him?
I honestly don't recall.
Isn't that odd? I thought all club owners keep track of their patrons.
Well, Tracy, we get very busy here at night. I can't be expected to cover all the bases.
On the contrary, I think you cover all the bases extremely well.
Tracy, you're deserting me, are you?
I don't know. Am I?
I need you at the table, so you're my lucky charm.
Do we have a deal?
Absolutely not. You could have faked those pictures.
You're grasping at straws, my friend.
Look, I know firsthand that you're capable of just about anything. So until you come up with better proof, there's no deal.
Well, I don't think Lucky suspects anything.
Yet.
I think we've covered ourselves pretty well.
Yeah, you mean the tracks we made together, Luke? What about before you showed up at the lake house, huh? 1 minute I'm having sex with some guy, the next thing I know I'm waking up to a corpse.
Well, you probably passed out after your roll in the hay.
I could have done anything. There could be pieces of evidence all over that place, just waiting for the police to find it.
Darling, one problem at a time. Right now, I'm concerned about Tracy being so damn pleased with herself.
Yeah, I know. She's dropping hints like every 3 words.
And what's up with Jax? Why is he so cozy with her?
My darlings, thank you all for joining me here and celebrating this joyous occasion with me.
Get to the point.
I have an extraordinary announcement to make.
Tracy knows. She's gonna tell me that I killed Ross.
No, baby, if she knew, she would be blackmailing you.
What have you done now?
I'm getting married.
Married?
You have to pay him.
Who would want to marry you?
So which one is marrying the other for the money?
And if you think of prenup, don't call me.
Here's my darling fiance now.
You need a Heimlich?
No.
How about a scotch on the rocks?
Luke, you know I'm not drinking.
Okay, breathe in with the good air, out in with the freezer, out with the ice pick, in with the quiddle.
Luke, you're not helping.
Darling, I knew you'd find me here.
I'm gonna kill you.
Deal's a deal.
You're gonna marry Jax?
Mate, whatever she has on you, it can't possibly be worth it.
Jax barely even speaks to you.
Oh, we've been very discreet, haven't we, darling?
Oh, yes, very.
You know, we aren't as rich as we used to be, which makes ELQ a perfect target. This isn't a romance. This is a corporate raid.
You know, Jax will be my youngest stepfather yet.
Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to explain to you how a casino works. You buy a drink, you put your money on the table, or you take your family business home. Okay?
I'll take a bottle of your most expensive champagne.
I'll make that too.
3. We'll need them.
If I could have a word with you, darling.
Do I detect a note of insincerity?
Oh, I certainly hope not.
Well, we'll be right back.
Now Tracy knows, and she's blackmailing Jax. She has to be.
You think Jax would put up with that just to save me? What?
It's the only possible explanation.
Well, that's chivalrous. That's noble, honorable beyond belief, and he deserves everything he gets. What's in this for you, big man? Money, ELQ, or both?
I'm saving your lovely skin.
Oh my God.
From what?
I told you he knows.
I know everything. So why the quarter-million freezer?
Well, now look at me.
You know a better resting place?
How did you find out?
Tracy has pictures.
Pictures.
Yeah, hat and sunglasses were a nice touch.
You realize we're just killing time until we can figure out who the real murderer is, right?
So you blacked out, huh?
Woke up next to a dead man.
How do we know that you didn't kill him, Luke?
We don't.
Luke didn't kill anybody. Now he's helping me, and I assume that you are too?
Yeah, what's in this for you, anyway?
I'll do whatever it takes to get you out of this.
Well, I've heard of taking one for the team, but you give new meaning to the expression going long.
Darling, what have you been talking about?
Oh, Jax, you despicable pig! Well, you just had to throw it in my face, didn't you? I mean, right here in my casino, in front of the people that I happen to love the most.
Skye, this marriage has nothing to do with you.
Oh, really? This marriage has nothing to do with me? Just like our marriage had nothing to do with me. Isn't that right? Well, you know, what else is new?
Come on, don't put yourself through
Oh,
this.
yeah, I was such a fool to love you. I really was. After everything that you did to me, after everything you stole from me, my dignity, my self-respect. Oh, you are so damn self-righteous. You were then and you still are.
Doll, relax. Have a drink.
Please, you two deserve each other. Go rotten hell.
Your life has been a total waste of fine con artistry, my dear.
Are they buying it?
Every word.
Good.
We're gonna have to move Detective Donut tonight.
Why?
Why? Because Jax knows about him, and so does Tracy. The freezer isn't safe anymore.
Well, what are we going to do with Ross now?
Who's Ross? Ross? You personalizing the corpse. You sound like you want to have his baby, for God's sake. It's a corpse. Just relax. I got your back covered. Ross. Don't you know that's what?
Yeah, let's get out of here.
Perfect. We'll pick up Pops and go beat before these people go home.
What are we going to do with him now?
I have a plan.
That's what I was afraid of.
That's the worst idea I've ever heard.
Why?
Where do I start?
Well, there's no time to thaw him out, even if he would thaw out, which he won't, because rigor mortis is set in.
We can't pretend he's a sofa.
Why not? We got the tarp and everything.
Why would we be moving a sofa out of the Quartermain basement?
Dylan, baby, Dylan. We're giving it to Dylan for his new place.
Hey, that's not a bad idea. You know, that could... Oh, my God, what am I saying? I'm actually deluding myself. I'm so desperate.
Delude away, oh desperate one. R.
Frozen corpses just don't move themselves. Somebody took into that freezer, took out the late Detective Duncan, and stashed him someplace.
I didn't want to do that.
I don't know. I'm paying you. You find out.
No can do, sweetheart. One of my contacts are into moving frozen bodies.
Whoever did it was highly motivated. They took an enormous risk. Mystery solved.
Tracy's been much too pleased with herself all night. I wouldn't doubt if she isn't the one that moved the copsicle from the family freezer to parts unknown.
Why hasn't she called the police?
Because she's blackmailing Jax into her marriage bed. Probably safe until he says I do.
What do you mean we have until Jax and Tracy's wedding? Time to do what? Oh, Luke, you know what? That is it. I give up. Tracy's won.
Come on, darling. You're overlooking a very important fact. You have a secret weapon that Tracy doesn't have.
And what might that be?
Lucas Lorenzo Spencer?
This is gonna cost you big time.
No problem. I'm about to marry a very rich man, provided you find the corpse.
Fine, Mr. Secret Weapon. What do we do now?
Get the stiff back before he resurfaces.
I don't get it.
You don't get what? That Luke and Skye are in cahoots?
Well, they just outsmarted you. Right, they're over there doing a victory jig or something.
Because it's a trap. They're trying to get me to lower my guard.
So you really think they got the dead cop?
I really think they're stringing me along, hoping I won't use what I know against them.
Look at the two of them. Thick as thieves.
And watching every move we make.
It's obvious what happened. Tracy hired Coleman to do her dirty work. She acted as a lookout while he went in and relocated Ross's corpse.
If they had the body, they'd be over here trying to negotiate.
Excuse me, Luke is too smart for that.
If Tracy's got Detective Donut, what's she planning to do with him?
Take him to the PCPD.
She has nothing to gain by going to the cops.
And everything to gain by squeezing us for the rest of our lives.
Bad news. My sweet Venus flytrap. That won't be a next meal after all.
Hey, maybe Jax is the one who swiped the body, and he's turning the tables on Tracy as we speak.
Well, I doubt that. No offense intended towards your ex, but he ain't the sharpest tool in the box.
What happened to Jax's confident grin?
Well, it looks like whatever card he thought he was holding, Tracy just trumped it. How are we gonna do this? How are we gonna do this? How do you get the friendly neighborhood corpse? Maybe we take an ad out in the paper. Wanted, large blue popsicle, willing to negotiate price.
Luke!
Or maybe something better like, missing something great from the freezer, I don't know.
Luke! He's here.
How'd he get here?
Who would go through the trouble of stealing Ross from the freezer only to return him to us?
Well, it wouldn't be Tracy. Because without the cops, she loses her leverage.
Good point.
And it wouldn't be the servants, because if they found him, they certainly would have called the cops.
So would one of the quartermains.
Maybe we're being framed.
Oh my God. Luke, that's it. We're being framed. That's what this has all been about since that first night.
Skye, you there? It's Lucky.
Live cop at the door, dead cop on the couch. This is a perfect frame.